Kia ora everyone. We've got Grant Robertson with us today, Minister of Finance and Minister for Cyclone Recovery. We're just going to ask him a few questions for the benefit of our Tauranga businesses. So firstly, Grant, a lot of talk about the global economy these days. How do you think the New Zealand economy is going relative to other economies in the world?
Yeah, I think we stack up pretty well. We continue to have goods that the world wants to buy off us, services that the world wants to buy off us, and it's a challenging global environment. You've got big geopolitical tensions out there. You've still got the hangover from COVID, and so globally growth has been forecast to come down, and that will be the same in New Zealand. But we're still resilient. Our economy is 6% bigger than it was before COVID. Our levels of debt are low. Our levels of unemployment are low. So we're well positioned to deal with what is a really difficult situation. But that doesn't stop it from being a difficult situation. And so, a lot of households under pressure in New Zealand with the cost of living. And 2023 will be a challenging year. But I'm really confident in the resilience of the New Zealand economy.
Great, thank you. And CPI announcement today, it's down a little bit. What is your view? What do you reckon? Do you think we've hit the top of the curve?
I do.
Do you think there's a...
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do. When you start to look at the quarterly numbers, they're steadily coming down. But it's still very high, isn't it? I mean, 6.7% is much higher than we've had in New Zealand in recent decades and much higher than the Reserve Bank's target. So there's a bit of a journey to go here. There's still cost of living pressure. But I think it is really positive that we are coming down, and we still now sit kind of around the middle of the pack, a little bit lower even than that in OECD countries. So yeah, it's better than the opposite, isn't it?
And lastly, look, we had the privilege of having you for the launch of the Western Bay Plenty Infrastructure Forum this morning. We're obviously keen to get a bunch of businesses together to help further the infrastructure needs of Tauranga in particular. What's your view in terms of the importance of the city and what it needs in the future for infrastructure development? I'm sure you get asked about that every time you're here.
I do indeed. And first, congratulations to Tauranga, because I actually think you coming together as an infrastructure forum is really significant. You are now a genuinely big, growing city, and if we're going to be able to support you from central government coming together, having one forum that we can deal with is really important. Also, Tauranga has led the way in making use of our Innovative Funding and Financing Act, so special purpose vehicle created to be able to enable more development. We want to be able to keep working with you on those sort of innovative ideas. Really important for me is integrated urban development. So making sure that as we do think about where people are going to live, we think about what transport they're going to use to get to and from the city. Where are the schools going to be? Where are the facilities going to be? So that's kind of the next thing for me, really good sustainable growth. Good transport networks. You've got some roads that you were telling me about that you really need us getting on with helping you on, and we really do want to do that. So I think Tauranga is in a great place, big growing city. We've just got to make sure we help you to do that sustainably.
Great. And lastly, World Cup year this year.
Thank God, a sports question.
What do you think the prospects for the All Blacks are?
Oh, I'm always optimistic, but this is a difficult year. I mean, you can think of 6 teams who could win the World Cup, which is we haven't had before. So at one level, what a great tournament where it'll be that competitive. At another level, I really want the All Blacks to win. So I'm hopeful. It happens to coincide with another event, the election, and so I'm going to have to get my focus right between those two.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
No worries.